Okay, box is closed and thrusters back.
Thanks, Greg.
Great job.
I switch you back to your 2 rail cameras.
Thank you. Doo-doo.
That little urchin watched the whole thing and is super impressed.
Urchin was hoping that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Urchin was like, they don't see me.
Yeah, he's like, yes, stay distracted.
Look at that coral, so nice.
Yeah. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but you did mention the mouth parts of the urchin as being called Aristotle's lantern, and underneath which they used to scrape the algae off the rocks, like a parrotfish, which are my favorite fish.
Oh.
And the reason it's called Aristotle's lantern is because Aristotle described it in one of his science books, The History of Animals, or Historia Animalium, and he described the mouth bits as being like a lantern. And so then everyone after that has called it Aristotle's
kept it
lantern.
that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Huh.
Thanks for researching that.
I
just knew it was called that, but I didn't know why. How many years ago? Or like what year?
Let's see. If like in the 380s to 322 BCE, before Common Era.
Dang.
Yeah. So like going on 2,300 years ago.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right, back to 045.
Crinoids and plexarids, everywhere we go.
I put us at Dewey's for another several steps, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
It was really fun,
That'll
like, to
bring
think about how the history of science is like building off of so many things, right? So we don't really probably base our scientific understanding of sea urchins on Aristotle's description, but those legacies are still in there sometimes in the language. And everything we do, like in this van and all of the scientific research, is always like a conversation with other people who have come before and building on research and working together.
Yeah, definitely.
Alexis, you want to keep more to the rocky substrate?
Yeah, please.
Right. I'll just kind of buzz across the flat and sandy, but I'll
Sounds
try to
good.
stay on the rocks as much as we can before.
Jess, I'm going to call probably off bottom at 6:30.
Roger. Be on deck by 8.
Yep.
Yep.
If we hit 18 meters a minute, then we have 64 minutes to the surface. So,
Yeah.
since
Sounds good.
everybody's talking about adding ballast, we should be able to hit 18, maybe 20.
Is it a sponge there?
Yeah, looks like it.
A glass sponge? And another crinoid?
060, Roger.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. We will do our best. Megan had said earlier, if we don't find a spot without corals or sponges, that we'll just come up a little bit right before ascent and take that Niskin then.
Do you want to push in there, please?
Ooh, this guy's pretty.
Yeah.
That's great
Oh,
right
that's
there.
the trap one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's got a little hole in the side. I wonder if somebody busted out.
Oh.
Breaking out of jail.
It was a messy divorce.
Yeah. Had to break his lease.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's actually a hole in the side or whether it's just...
Oh, maybe you're
lack of
right,
yeah.
spicules, yeah.
It's just like a little thinner.
Yeah,
It's like the shadowing,
somebody's trying to break out.
gnawing their way through.
They're in counseling, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, video, go ahead and come wide, please.
Yeah, these sponges are in some cultures given as wedding gifts
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, really? With the
with the shrimp inside.
the brine shrimp inside?
Yeah.
I never understood how that gift actually worked because, like, a dead sponge with 2 dead shrimp inside seemed to me like what I'd want.
It's
Good
also
omen.
just such a strange, like, oh, here's a gift. These 2 organisms were trapped for life, and now you are too.
You
It's
are
not.
too.
It's a lot of single people in the van right now.
Hey. And this is why.
I like my
They
freedom,
chose to
okay?
be trapped.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see the symbolism of like they chose
Yeah.
Yeah.
this.
Let's settle down until we.
They chose this.
What time is it on the East Coast?
Nighttime.
Perfect. I'm okay.
What is the current like down here that you guys feel with the vehicle? Is it much?
Right now, it's not too bad.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Because it must be then that there's currents are coming, like a time where there's high current, because otherwise you wouldn't have this amount of rippling and all the
Yeah. Okay.
gravel.
So we're
or
slightly
whatever,
tilted up.
rubble.
I was just thinking about every time I went to set down on something, it ended up turning out that it was actually a slope, right? So that would indicate that we're actually tilted up. We need more weight on the front.
More weight on the front then, yeah. Excuse me.
Oh, you're saying you thought you were on a slope, but it was in
Well,
balance.
I thought that it was like flat with me, but then when I like sat down on it, I was like, oh, this is actually like sloped up.
Yeah. So I detect my surroundings, just sit on everything.
Me too.
Yep, level.
Yep, level. I made that one level.
What works,
It wasn't
works.
before.
Oh, Ben's not here, so if I compliment his winch tension thing, he's not going to hear it.
Maybe he's still sitting in the lounge.
Yeah, a compliment never goes to waste.
How much do the samples that you guys collect impact the buoyancy and the balance of Hercules as you're heading up? Do you have
The
to make
biology
changes?
samples don't really have any impact. The rocks can. We usually carry some disposable ballast in the form of raw steel. And those are on the front, and we can deploy them if need be.
Got it.
It's part of the Nautilus remineralization program. It's always hard for me to say.
Take a metal, leave a metal system.
Yeah, take a rock, leave a metal.
I wonder what causes the crinoids to come off of their stalks. Because we've seen a couple of those bare stalks. But I just...
I would imagine something eats them off the stalk.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
think
would
so?
think. Some fish comes along.
You want to see the fish?
Crunchy crinoid. Yeah, let's look at the fish.
Roger, go ahead video and start pushing in.
Do the stocked crinoids, because some of the crinoids are moving and others are stocked, is that different species, or can the same species
It's different species,
go back and
yeah.
forth? Okay.
That's great
It's
right
not like
there.
a life cycle thing?
So some of the unstalked ones start their life cycle
Oh,
as
goodbye.
stalked,
Okay.
Come on,
but
please.
they're really small. And then they can release from
Oh,
the stalk.
now he's
but
playing
these
hard
big
to get.
ones are,
What the heck?
I think, stalked for
Do you want to
life.
try to go in again?
No, he's going too far away. It's all right. Get in, come wide. We'll save him. Spare his little fish eyes.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about crinoids, but I do know that like how the arms of it are branching. That's also like diagnostic for determining species. So some
really?
of them have branched arms and some of them have unbranched arms. The number of arms is also important. So we collected a really large one earlier that has 5 arms. So that's likely a different species than these ones that we're seeing now.
Wow, there are a lot of them without the tops, just the
Yeah.
stairs on there.
Ask Rennie. Yeah. You should. You should.
Bobby Argus.
That's different.
Yeah, looks like
there's a
something's
big
eating something.
anthomastus. The mushroom coral.
I'll hop over there a little bit more actually before I sit down. All right, video, go ahead and push in there, please. All right, I should be set down right.
Massive polyps.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll just pop one.
Predation event.
It would crinoid that's taking over that.
It's too far behind it.
Coral too.
Yeah, I'm stable, so you can go ahead and zoom in as far as you want.
Nice.
You're
still good. I'm not looking down yet.
Yeah.
Oh, predation event. It happened.
Oh.
Closed one.
We are causing some turbidity and I don't know, maybe some turbulence. I don't know.
Was there anything in the
There's a
interior of that?
Not sure. All right. One more moment, then we'll have to come wide. Shrimp in the background.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right, go ahead and come wide there, please, video. Coming up.
Coming up.
Roger.
All right, science, we're down to our last half hour.
Okay.
What's on the to-do list?
Keep going, and we'll do a Niskin if we find a spot without a lot of biology. But if we don't, then we'll just come up a little bit right before we need to ascend and take it just off the bottom.
Roger.
And then I think we're full of rocks, so
Correct.
we don't need another rock. So we'll just keep an eye out for any interesting corals. We might do one more collection if we see something, but other than that, we'll just keep surveying.
Copy that. Grab all the rocks.
Little rock castle.
Be the coolest fort ever.
Right?
Well, now we've got that squat lobster. We have to build him a home.
Ooh, let's take a look at that sea star that's on the rock.
It's super flat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a really dark crinoid down there too.
That was the goth crinoid, right? Right, was that what we called it, Megan?
Oh, she doesn't have her headset on right
Oh,
now.
Roger. It's all right.
But we can answer for her
Go
that
ahead.
yes, it is the goth.
Go ahead and push in there, please, video. All right, go ahead and push in there.
That's all the way.
Roger.
Not sure on an ID, but we'll get this nice imagery.
Just looking 7.
I know, I'm causing a
Look at the
storm.
spines coming off of it.
It's not a
Dang.
happy one. Oops, sorry.
It's getting more food than it's had in
Right.
years.
All right, you guys good with that?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, go ahead and, oh, there's a little snail below. Okay, go ahead and come wide, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little cute snail.
Actually, that's probably the coolest thing I've seen on the seafloor was a...
A snail.
Little snail.
No, in the Gulf, there was a snail that when it laid eggs, it kind of made this tower that would go up, anywhere from an inch to like closer to 12 inches.
Okay.
And we found this kind of amphitheater with multiple steps going up, and it was just covered in these snail
What?
towers.
Like stepwise?
Yeah.
Like,
cool.
wow.
And,
Of its own deposit? Or?
They had laid them there,
Oh.
you know, and so it was, they kind of looked like beeswax candles, you know, and so it had this really, like, kind of aura to it.
Like a temple. Of
Temple of the Snails.
Right.
That's nice.
But with the amphitheater, was it made
We
out
stole
of substrate?
we
or
stole
the-
one from the yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay.
made out of substrate.
We stole one, so you're cursed now. That's what we're telling us.
Yeah.
It's a wedding gift.
Well, Holly can speak to this. Last year we went to the northern islands of Hawaii to sample rocks. So if I understand it correctly, we went to the dark place to steal rocks from the islands of the gods.
Oh, yeah.
Which just seems like not what you want to do.
That's why we had all the hurricanes last year, was it?
Wait, what?
You're talking about when you were up in Papahanaumokuakea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in the
But it
northwestern
wasn't
Hawaiian
dark in
Islands.
that sense.
Yeah,
right?
no. I feel like that was...
I mean, we had a permit. I'm sure the
Yeah.
gods were okay with it.
Yeah.
That's how the gods
okay
operate.
with it.
They operate by permit.
Yep.
The Papa
Oh,
permit?
looks like a pom-pom anemone.
You want to look at it?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Here's a question, Holly. Why was there a big poster for Papahanaumokuakea in American Samoa?
Oh, interesting question. Go ahead and zoom in there,
Where
video.
in American Samoa?
It was on the walk back to the boat from Sadie's at
It's like a
Ocean
NOAA
World.
building. Yeah.
Oh, right, at the NOAA. Well, so NOAA is one of the co-managers of
That's great.
Papahanaumokuakea with us. So it's U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, NOAA, the state of Hawaii, and then actually the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, because we worked pretty closely with Hawaiian cultural practitioners when we're
Right.
working inside the monument. So I guess as a NOAA building, perhaps they are just wanting to talk about it. It's a,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
it
really
just seemed like a
cool
weird
place.
advertisement in American
In American Samoa, yeah.
Had an extra poster.
I mean, it was. I mean, I would go beyond a
Alright,
poster.
video.
It took up the side of a building.
It
if
did.
I saw that
You all
as
set
well.
back there,
Yeah.
Alexis?
Sorry, that's good. Yeah, thank
All right. Go ahead and come wide, please.
Well, I mean, and it's just a really cool place.
They just
It
had an
is.
extra side of the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with
As you do, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are familiar with the main Hawaiian Islands and don't realize that the island chain continues on for another 1,500 miles or so to the northwest.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming up, Jess.
Yeah, me too.
1,500 miles.
1,500
Wow.
miles, and actually one of the very first national wildlife refuges was the Hawaiian Islands National Wildlife Refuge, designated in 1909.
Whoa.
How long- how
When
large are those steps?
people,
Size for you?
feather hunters were going and they were
30.
decimating all of the
30, okay.
seabird colonies
I'm
up
at
in the northwestern
060
Hawaiian
right
Islands for hats, for ladies' hats in the
Yeah.
in the early
I think
1900s.
we'll hold off for a minute.
Okay.
Just for the slopes.
So they
Gotta have that
protected it.
feather.
Yeah, they did.
No more lady hats.
No, well, at least not from those birds.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Today, since we brought it up, the
Yeah.
northwestern Hawaiian Islands is home to the world's largest lace-on albatross colony, the world's largest black-footed albatross colony. Most of the the endangered Hawaiian sea turtles, Hawaiian green sea turtles, and Hawaiian monk seals, they
I've got you
all
on my
nest
Sub
and
bottom.
breed up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. It's just a fantastically cool place.
Wow.
That's also really important culturally
Oh, yeah.
for Native Hawaiians.
What's the coolest thing you've seen underwater?
Underwater?
Yeah.
Everything on this trip so far. This is like my first foray into really underwater stuff. That's not true. I got to snorkel at Palmyra National
Really
Wildlife
cool.
one time, and that was pretty magical. But actually, most of my underwater experiences in near shore coral reef environments.
All right, Ben. We're
So around the Big Island has some great snorkeling as well. That's kind of what made me fall in love with the Pacific Islands. I came out on vacation to snorkel and was like, this is magical, and I want more of this in my life.
Yeah, I think we're on the other side of this.
Where's your favorite
little
spot?
ridge.
good. Yeah.
wherever I'm snorkeling that day, honestly.
That's a
just
science
love-
answer. Yeah,
No, it's true though. It's like it's a really magical experience.
it's awesome.
So.
Did we put on any leads in the aft after we took off roaming gear? We probably did, right?
Yeah, it was at like 24, now it's at 30.
I see, okay.
So many crinoids.
There are a lot of crinoids here. It's the crinoid neighborhood.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen this many on one dive.
Does it look like they're all mostly oriented the same way too?
Yeah, it
So
does.
probably into the current there.
Yeah. I wonder too, because like if the current gets stronger at certain points, if some of them just get like detached from their
Oh,
stock by too much current.
Yeah, because there are strong currents that come through and like push up the sides of these seamounts.
Right.
I'm always surprised at how few like juvenile crinoids and sessile creatures there are, because it seems to me to indicate that once you recruit in a successful spot, you are successful. But there's not really this culling that happens over the developmental period as much. You know,
Yeah,
like there's
yeah.
not these small.
We also like we might pass over some of the small stuff. Like we have in the past. Like when you zoom in close and you like stay there for a while, you
You
just
might
start
see
to
more.
notice so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
more that it's hard to see when we're kind of traversing.
Yeah, a sediment
course.
zoom.
A
Sediment zoom.
Yeah.
You just zoom in.
Hail
Sometimes
Mary.
you sit there. Sometimes you fly along. You zoom in the sediment.
Yeah.
There's always something going on.
Like really
Forget-
for
We were off the coast of California. I don't know if it was north or south, like, to be honest. But if you sat down in the sediment and kind of like nudged it, so like broke it up a little bit.
Can we just take a quick zoom on that white stalk? That little white to the
Little-
left of the lasers?
Oh, sure.
oh yeah.
Just want to check out what
Oh.
that might.
These reddish crustaceans, you know, would
Just, like,
would
breach
crawl
the
out
surface.
and start to like be crawling around.
That's pretty cool.
They did not like the feel of metal. It was very evident because they would crawl on the rubber and then like they'd hit the aluminum and they would just like back up.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It might have been the vibration of the vehicle too. So,
Yeah.
Huh. Picky.
A small coral.
I just want to get a close look to see if I can see what kind it is.
All right, video, go ahead and push in there a bit, please. I'll swear up on you. Go ahead and just push her all the way.
yeah, very tiny coral.
Yeah, it looks like a little colony of Anelopsamia. So it's a scleractinian or hard coral.
Oh, that's pretty.
Has all its polyps on one side, which is facing the other way.
Did I hear you correctly? You were saying this was a coral that did not sleep well?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Gideon, yeah.
I heard Anelopsamia.
Anelopsamia.
Oh. But up.
But this is I think we saw one other colony of scleractinian on this dive, so kind of sparse, but nice to see that they're out here.
Yeah.
There's a chitin on that rock in the
Yeah, in the
background
back.
too.
Yeah.
What's going
Yes.
on in the background?
I like this one.
You like this chitin?
No, this
It's
coral.
very
Oh, this
arboreal.
coral.
Somnia.
It's very what?
Tree-like.
Oh, indeed.
It's like a willow.
It's
That's
a
great.
bonsai.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
underwater
All right, go ahead
bonsai.
and come away, please, video.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty thick stalk, honestly, for such a small.
Yeah.
Like the base itself is pretty thick.
I like
for
the
such a small-
geometry.
Yeah.
It's
Wait
got
till you
some
see, like, a
some
full-
swag.
like a bigger one.
Yeah.
Do
They're
the
really
adults
sweet.
have, or the larger ones have polyps that are proportionally small to the stock, or?
No, the polyps are generally about that size,
Really?
but it'll get a lot thicker as the colony grows, and all the polyps are on one side of that type of coral.
Great.
We're at
Now, what's our
1,160
bearing?
meters, and that's still pretty deep for
Our
sturgeon,
bearing right
so
now
it's not that surprising that we're not seeing a lot of them.
Really?
040.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ship move?
Where do they tend
Yeah.
to, what's their depth range they tend to like?
More up, like, we can have them this deep, but you have larger colonies up around, like, between 500 and 900.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so some of it has to do with the water chemistry. So again, they're
Yeah.
building that hard skeleton, and there's more of those ions available in shallow water, in the shallower water.
Is that a temperature thing as well?
It might be, yeah. So it's, what are we at down here?
Fish.
Fish is disturbed by the light. You guys want to see the fish, or you
There's
guys want to
another
keep
fish
moving?
right at the bottom.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
going off screen.
You guys want some fish sights, or you guys want to keep pushing on?
Let's keep pushing.
Roger.
I think it's a snappabranchid eel.
Oh, really?
Fish are very hard
Are
to
those
get.
shallow too? Do you know of such eels?
Oh, no.
Hard
Oh.
to sample.
Just
Yeah.
didn't- it's
Oh,
an
I thought
eel.
you.
No,
Oh.
I was just excited because it's,
It's
I
an
like
eel.
Yeah, I like eels.
Yeah, there's a couple of types of eels that we get.
I love how lizard-like the deep sea eels are. I
Yeah.
like that feature of their face.
Uh-huh.
What is that? Is it a
Oh, is that a
crinoid?
crinoid?
And,
It's a crinoid hat. It's like lost its stock.
Lost his hat.
It's out of
Oh,
it's out of
dear.
stock. This one's out of
This
stock.
one is,
It's
now
a-
it's out of
Now
crinoid
it's out
top.
of stock.
It might be an unstocked crinoid.
This
There
is
we
true.
go.
This is true.
But
All right,
Don't
video, go ahead and
ruin
do
our
it.
fun.
Go ahead and
Sorry.
push in there a bit.
They're so feathery.
Yeah.
Now I just picture crinoids on ladies' hats.
Ooh, that'd be amazing.
Coming down.
Let's not start that fast. because-
Yeah, it did not work out so well
right.
in the
I think
Northwestern
we all know
Hawaiian
how
Islands.
that's going to end
Yeah.
up.
Jeez.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you can
Comes
see
a
the
windstorm.
the cirri or the little feet down there, so it's definitely a unstocked one that's just hanging out on the bottom.
I mean, the good news is that those seabird colonies that were nearly wiped out in the early 1900s after 110 years of protection are healthy
Did you
and
do any more
rebounded
zoom on that?
and doing amazingly well.
I think we're good whenever you guys are.
Roger that.
It's a nice shot. Look at all the sand.
That is so pretty.
It's
So
pretty.
that's its mouth part there in the middle?
Yeah.
All right, video. Go ahead and come wide.
And it's interesting how like fluid they move, because when you bring them to the surface, they're so brittle.
Mm,
Like the arms.
really?
Yeah.
So those feathery arms at the surface are actually really brittle?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they're like very rigid, so like there's not a lot of like soft tissue in there. So they're weird. They're very
Yeah.
strange organisms.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
so fascinating.
Is that a little fish? No, it's not.
What's
Is
that?
it true
I
also
was
that
looking at
they're, so
that
that
little
those
thing going
feathery
off
bits
the
are kind of
screen, seeing
sticky
if
as
it was a
well
little
for
fish,
like
it is not.
collecting
It
and
is a
filter
big fish.
feeding?
Yeah,
Another
not
fish.
sticky in the sense that like we feel them, but there's a lot of
All around
like
the flats.
ridges in them.
Okay.
So kind of like Velcro-y.
We
Oh,
found you a rat
yeah.
tail.
You want to do a
for
snap zoom
collecting.
here?
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick?
Oh,
quick
hi,
zoom.
rat tail.
Video, go ahead and zoom in, please. Let's do a quick one.
It's a nice one.
That is a nice
That's
rat tail.
great right there.
That's a fish.
I love
like-
seeing all the rays on it.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
transparent.
Are those
This like
How
long those
whiskers.
little Oh, yeah.
whiskers are.
It is whisker?
Wow. Really
I
growing
don't
it
know if
out.
that's a whisker.
He has a long beard.
I mean, you might say he has a rat tail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This time. All right, go ahead and come by their video. Bye, friend. So 060?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just hoping to get a little on the rockier part.
060. Oh.
Ben, are you able to see how far we have traveled total today?
Oh, all right. Well, let me try to
Okay.
We got a
really
rock up
good
here.
guesstimate of that.
Do some
No.
math, some science.
Sorry to put you to work at the end.
Looks like are we back on top of the seamount now? Kind of.
Yeah, we're just.
Yeah, we're just like riding this ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came onto the summit and then we went
Yeah.
south to follow this, just around the lip of the
Yeah.
summit.
Yeah.
Definitely covered a lot of distance.
So pretty.
Oh, it is a gorgeous map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the map. It's a really pretty map.
Yeah.
Zoomed out, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Can people see the map?
I don't think so.
We can.
Not currently.
Okay, I'm just gonna look up a little bit.
The one on the map on PC1, maybe?
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
Oh,
PC1.
you're good.
I'd say in total we've gone over 7 kilometers.
Nice.
Nice.
So quite a lot of distance.
And has our watch covered the most?
Oh,
I think that's
for
safe
sure.
to say, yes.
I don't
Are
even need
we
to
on
measure
the
that.
leaderboard?
We're just gonna say it as though it's true.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't want to lie.
No.
Yeah, I was talking to Nick earlier, one of the other video engineers, and he was like, yeah, it's really great how everybody out here is so good at their job, and we're all having these conversations in the control room. Feels like everybody's on the A team. And I was like, yeah, but I'm on the real A team.
Wait, you said that, didn't you?
No, it was in my head. No, it is awesome. It's really nice how easy conversation flows in these control rooms.
And it is so fun listening to the other groups too.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Like everyone's got kind of their own rhythm.
different
Yeah,
vibe.
Yeah.
repertoire.
It's always new.
While we wait here, did you want me to zoom on any of these things while we, any of the biology here?
Yeah, let's actually take a look at the stalked crinoid that is facing us. The one just right to the lasers.
Just right to the lasers, Roger.
Because we've been seeing those, but I don't know if we have an actual zoom of the front side of...
Sure thing.
Is it okay if I steal bubble, or are you using it?
Go ahead. Just kind of gently
oh,
nudge
it's
in
not
here.
facing us. Dang it.
You want me to go? Oh, I don't have enough scope to go on the
Yeah,
other
it's
side.
okay. We can just take a look at this coral in front of us with the crinoids on it.
Great. Go ahead and push on in their video, please. That's great right there. Thank you. It's like somebody's munching on them, huh?
Yeah, or the crinoids have been there for a while, so the branches have either migrated or just kind of fallen off.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You can see how tightly wrapped around the
It's
axis they are.
mostly crinoid at this point.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have that stalked one as well.
You want to come a little wide there? I'm going to just dislodge myself here real quick. All right, video, go ahead and push on in there a bit more.
Numbers look good.
Great, thanks Greg.
Bubbles back on the porch.
Roger.
That's all the way.
Roger.
Oh yeah, that skeleton's bare. Look at the tissue bumping up against the cirri of the crinoid.
All right, video, go ahead and come wide there, please.
They're just so delicate too, those polyps.
Yeah.
Well, Lex, if you want, we can, we might have enough scope to go around and just get a zoom on the stock crinoid. We can have a look at least.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So we're looking to get like kind of a front-facing look at these crinoids?
Yeah, just because we've seen so many of them, and I
come
don't think
down.
we have any
Roger.
like close zooms. Yeah. We've seen the back of them because we've kind of been coming against the current, and they're all facing the other way, so we've just been kind of perusing by.
We just have enough to get at least this angle here, so that should be hopefully helpful for you.
Yeah, that's great.
Those barnacles on the crinoid?
I'm curious. I
Maybe.
don't know.
It looks like it.
There's a
That
is that a
slime star.
Yeah, time and aster.
All right, video, go ahead and start working your way in there, please.
Oh, there's like a little snail. A couple little snails.
And I turned away from you, so you have a little bit more tether.
Roger, thank you.
It's so these ones are so fuzzy. Like look how which the other unstocked ones don't have that same texture to their arms.
No,
do
they're
another one
really
just
feathery.
due
Yeah.
east.
And so all of those little feathery bits then are what's filtering
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
detritus and plankton or whatever else they're getting.
Snacks.
It's like snacks, water snacks. And then is it kind of like a cilia motion once the
Yeah.
whatever
they
they're
just kind
filtering
of,
gets stuck
yeah,
in?
it just like gets
And funnels it down
sent
those
down.
arms to the mouth at the center?
right.
All right, video. Do you want to do one more? Are you guys good there? Is that good for you, Alexis?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's dip netting, really.
Can we just do a quick zoom on the slime star?
Yes.
I really want to see one of these.
The answer to that is always yes.
Sorry.
Sorry, that's not my call.
No, that's fine.
Video, go ahead and do a snap zoom. Sorry about that.
We've given a science enthusiast a position of power.
Right to their
Go
head.
ahead and push on in there,
Yeah.
video.
I'm holding her back.
Molly, go ahead and push on in there, please.
Watch you.
Look how bumpy you are.
Oh,
Wow.
look at this
Oh.
fellow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wonder if that has to do with its slime
Look at it
secreting
moving.
function.
He's like,
Wow.
"Do,
Oh
do,
my
do."
gosh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and there's a shrimp. Hello.
Hello.
What is
Look
that
at how
little
he's
black
feeding too.
ball?
Oh my gosh. I
Oh,
like
it's a
it.
marble. No.
Some more.
Oh, there's one of those single
The
cell.
shrimp is snacking. Wait, can we
looks
look
like
at the
He's
shrimp?
like kind of almost cleaning himself snacking.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the shrimp?
Yeah.
Look at his little,
When there's a slime mold star?
little pinches.
Not slime mold.
Slime
Slime
star.
Look
Slime
down
star.
just a little bit.
Yeah, there's like
Roger. Oh, do one
those
quick.
single
I like this
celled.
shrimp.
You see
That's
that?
the marble you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, the
Oh,
little.
the side of the
Oh.
screen there?
Yeah,
Not
what are
the
those?
Is it a
Zion.
marble?
Wait, let's see this interaction. What's going to
It's-
happen?
Yeah. I wanna-
It's not the first time I've seen that.
Yeah.
Must be an egg or
I forget
something.
what-
Is it a predation event?
No.
High speed collision.
High speed
High-speed collision.
I love how you can really sense the texture
Well,
on
the
star
shrimp has a lot of obstacle avoidance features.
Oh, yeah, he really does.
If I were the shrimp, I'd probably avoid the slime star too.
It's like
Do all
99%
slime stars have
of
this
its
sort of
volume.
crazy bumpy texture?
Yeah.
I think so,
Go ahead and
yeah.
come wide their video.
All right, and then you'll probably just head off to the east. Sorry, to the west. Head west.
We're
Go
getting into
west.
recovery mode. Oh, we are. Just about out of time, huh?
Shrimp.
Oh, maybe they don't all. There's a
We're at 0
blog
wraps
post
between
from
you and me.
a
Raj.
Kino blog is a blog written by Chris Ma at the Smithsonian, who studies echinoderms and mostly sea stars. And he has a really descriptive picture here of how
I'm gonna come over
they
to 090.
slime when they're brought to the surface, which I can show you guys later that are on board. But it looks like there's a lot of different morphologies for Hymenaster.
All right. Come aboard. All right, guys. This is the last few seconds of the seafloor.
It's beautiful. What if we, can we just come up a little bit, or like if you guys are ready to start your ascent, and just before we really start ascending, pop that Niskin.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
we can pop it. We can come up 50 meters and pop it if you
Cool.
would like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
That sounds good.
Sure thing.
Oh, Tina Malitsova said those little balls on the seafloor were a kind of foram, or foraminifera.
A what?
Foraminifera?
Foraminifera. And
Yeah,
what is a
What is that?
foraminifera?
It's a group of plankton that is, it's a calcareous test they have.
I think it depends. I don't think they're all calcareous.
Yeah. They have there's very different morphologies for
Yeah.
them.
There was a bunch of little forams that I was really liking that looked like tiny trees.
Of course.
But like actually, there was like really, if you Googled like tiny tree forams.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They're like
Yeah.
they're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
agglutinating forams.
Okay, yeah. And I remember this was years ago, and I kind of murmured like, it looks like a tiny tree foram, and everybody thought I was crazy. And then we looked it up, and it was real.
So the forams are just like a little
We could probably stop
microorganism,
at
and it's got a
30.
shell, and it like
Good
extrudes
for
a little,
popping that Niskin.
a foot, a little pseudopod.
Yeah. But some of them are like really weird.
And then since you still have good Doppler lock, I'd just go into all autos. That way we don't have to worry about current or you getting pushed back.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they can have external or internal shells or tests.
I thought they're super important for like,
Climate.
yeah.
Science,
geological
do you know
reconstruction.
why 7 was popped, 8 was not, 9 was triggered?
Yes, 8 is not working. So I think maybe go for 10. Apparently 8 is not working.
Before I lose Doppler here, I'll just hold off here.
Sure.
Wait, I'm gonna switch us to USBL. Is that good?
Yeah, sure. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Stand by.
All right.
Oh yeah, actually, sorry, I have
'cause
my
she's in
Doppler on.
autos.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
We're just
Peter, are
gonna
you
get this
full wide?
Niskin popped and then we'll...
Thank you. All right.
And I've got you on bubble.
Roger. Sorry, so what are the available?
We're gonna shoot for 10.
10 through
10.
12 are your options.
Roger.
There is no 12.
Okay, so 10 and 11.
All right. Has someone got eyes on the
I've
Niskins?
got eyes on the Niskins. Popped.
And that was 10?
Yep.
Great, thanks.
Is there a reason you guys pulled up a little bit before taking this water sample?
They didn't want any living things near it.
Yeah.
No life.
So it's a control essentially for the eDNA samples.
Gotcha. So this is a okay. This is baseline versus the previous one.
Yeah. And since we didn't
Can we
see
put,
anywhere, like
came after the bridge.
the last part of our dive, there was like corals or crinoids kind of always around.
There's life everywhere.
Yeah. We just decided to do it a little bit off the seafloor.
Now you're all good to do.
USBL?
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
No.
All right, proceeding up. You may want to use your Z-bias to come up. That way you don't have to stick lock.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get us happy here.
Yep.
What'd you calculate? It would be 64 minutes to the top?
If we do 18 meters a minute, yeah.
Roger.
Usually I'll just crank the verticals on Z-bias all the way and then, you know, turn it down as need be. But, you know, Argus is not the limiting factor usually when we're coming up.
No, yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, if we're going up too slow, I'll turn on the laterals, but
first
looks like we're doing actually all right.
We are headed back up to the surface. This was
yeah, by doing the, I'm sure you know this, but by doing the Z-bias, then you don't have to redo it when you stick lock.
Local time yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's now 6:30 local time, so we'll be on deck by about 8 p.m. after ascent and recovery of the vehicles.
Are we expecting the equatorial cross currents?
Yes, I believe so. I think they experienced them on the way down.
Okay, and was that between 250 meters?
Yeah, let me look. I think it was.
You get started at 75.
75?
Yes, as I'm in the lounge, you should feel it from like 350 to 50 or so.
From what direction to what direction?
From west to east.
From west to east. So we're lined up the wrong way for that. It's going to just spin us, which should be fine because we can always spin back.
Yeah.
Or have the ship take a step ahead later on.
Yeah. If we get the ship moving at 200 meters then, or 300. You're right.
Yeah, actually it's like up to about 75 meters and then it should ease up.
Copy that. Oh, lucky grab.
Oh, I think it's all right. See how it goes. Lucky grab? Only blues. Oh, nice.
What are you guys doing up there? You guys having snacks?
We might have to do some lateraling.
Yeah. I don't know how it calculates these two. I feel like they're so different from each other.
Welcome.
I think it's just a smoothing thing. Like I think the raw is probably, let's see, straight out of the depth sensor, and then
You think it's like a moving average thing or something? Because it does, it's
Yeah.
mostly above, but then it gets to like 8 or something.
yeah, you can usually tell if you're going to keep accelerating or not based on watching the raw and how much above versus how much below you're seeing
I see.
compared to the actual vertical.
Does this GUI get updated frequently or not really?
Not very frequently. It's kind of challenging to get it updated.
I bet.
It's all done by one guy, like for all the vehicle systems, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's
Or all the
coming
science vehicle systems. Yeah, he's probably out for the next cruise.
Yeah, he's out for the transit, I think.
For the Little Herc thing.
Yeah. Always wanted to meet him.
The legend.
Yeah, you know.
John
kinda cool.
Howland.
Oh, that's
He
who
did
this is.
He did Embari system, is that true? And then he did, didn't he do Jason's as well? And
Yeah.
Wow.
Some people are moving over to Green Sea. But I think Green Sea is starting to land bigger fish, and so they're like while they still do scientific packages and stuff, they're doing some less custom.
Right. And so now we only have an altitude from the sub-bottom, from Argus, from the seafloor.
We
Not
don't
after
display right
200
now.
meters, no.
Oh, okay. So we have none. No. Okay.
we're free floating.
Woo.
Woo.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. So stable up there.
Let's do a check real quick.
Front porch looks good. Question about arm stuff.
What's that?
Do you have like a happy place that you return to? Like when you're using the arm, like most people have like their comfort spot. You know, like when they after they index, they'll like come to this like whatever location. That's their happy spot, right?
Yeah.
So if you know that you have to return to a location, right? So say you're doing a push core. Once you pull the push core out of the tube, re-index, go to your happy spot, right?
Right.
And now this only fully works with the slave wrist, because then I can, but it works very well even without the slave wrist. Because if your happy spot is here and say it's even like located like right off of this way, you can come all the way around to the front of the vehicle, take your push core, and then just return to your happy spot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's super fast, super easy, and it puts you, and you're like 2 inches off of the
push core quiver.
the push core where you want to slide it back in. So like for fast push cores, it's like the
Yeah, to have it all set up in that one autonomous suite.
right. And so
Yeah,
you pull out, you re-index, and you just
Yeah, that's pretty nice. What was that? Or with the gas tights too, it's kind of similar, right? Like getting those.
Yeah, a lot of times those you end up having to re-index all the time though, trying to get it into get the
whatever
nozzle
you're
into
at.
wherever you're going. But the
Yeah.
push cores, it's almost guaranteed that you can take your push core without having to re-index.
That's a good point.
Alexis, do we still have you back there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
I got a hard trivia question for you.
No, I'm not good at trivia.
Yeah.
The other nice part about doing
The question is
learning.
A
I guess
online guest is wondering the difference between foraminifera and diatoms.
Oh, and diatoms?
Yep. Diatoms for chemistry. I guess diatoms for bio.
Diatoms have a silicious
test.
Have a
and they're photosynthetic. They're
they have a test
photoautotrophs.
made out of silica. Yeah, and they're photosynthetic, like Ben said. And forams, I think they're not necessarily always calcareous.
I thought they were, but I might be mistaken.
There's a lot of different kinds.
Okay, yeah.
So like there's a type of foram called a xenophyophore.
Oh yeah, the like solitary benthe.
Right, and
huge.
it's like this. It's one cell, but it's like
huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
And that's like, so I know that those aren't calcareous.
Yeah, no. Are they? I don't know. I get maybe
because they just like use the sediment around them.
Really, that's interesting. Yeah, I know. Because I know that the planktonic forms, like I'll see in imagery, is like they are, they tend to be like surrounded by these spicule, features, and they're heterotrophic, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's the forams and the radiolarians, which are quite similar to me, so I get confused. And then there's the coccolithophores. I feel like these are these three super abundant, super small planktonic groups.
Yes.
But I do know that the forams are quite important for kind of geological reconstruction. As you get, they're part of that detrital fallout that will accrue sediment layers on the seafloor. And so kind of the isotopic constituents of their shell or their material can be indicative of the climate at the time. And so they're really important for those as proxies for kind of reconstructing climate.
Yeah, there's like whole sections of museums devoted to foram and radiolarian like collections because of that. And I did find online that their shells are commonly made of calcium carbonate or agglutinated sediment.
Interesting.
So it's like
the benthic ones are probably. Yeah. Nice.
I hope that was a decent enough answer.
Like those White Cliffs of Dover, those are coccolithophores.
Yes,
right. When they have these plates all around them that are, they're weird. They don't really mimic any charismatic biological form you can relate to. It's like a ball of spikes.
Yeah. And they're actually protists, so they're not.
Yeah, they don't even have like cellular organization.
Yeah.
It's a really cool Fisonic siphonophore.